San Bernardino. My live keeps trying to reconnect. I think it's okay. All right, so I'm going to try this out, see how it works. I've done it before. I've had some views, so we'll see if we can do some more lessons on the native mega art. You know, as I'm learning, I'm trying to share with y'all that are willing to open your mind and learn. And I'm having some major discoveries. Today, I spent a lot of time in Blythe and some close areas like Mesa Verde. Here, right up the way here, right over here. So I'll show you that in a minute. And there's a Blythe right there. Played a lot here. Went to a lot of different spots with springs. I thought, well, if the mega art could help us understand the art in Blythe, well, that could be something. And as I move along in the studies, I'm starting to realize that the mega art has, and the images on there are a type of Rosetta Stone for archaeologists and cultural anthropologists, like a look back in time at what those artifacts were used for. So now I decided, after following Coyote from spring to spring all over the desert, I decided to come to the edge. You know, right there, the dividing line, the Colorado River, right? So, here we go. If you guys have never seen these, let's see. I think this is still working. All right. So, have you seen the Blythe Intaglios before? And let me see if this is visible. All right. There we go. So these are what we're talking about here, team. So there's like looks like a deer here. This godlike character here. Maybe we can turn him so you can see. I think he's meant to be seen from far away, not close. So all right. So I had some technical difficulties, but I am back. All right. It must be hot, team. It must be hot. Hey, Jane, how you doing? Thank you for listening in here. Are you still there? Can you give me a sign? Oh yeah, you have a little eye there. Okay, so back to where I was saying. So now we're at the Blythe, the art in Blythe, then Intaglios. Intaglios. I don't even know what that means. I don't check that out. But anyways, so here is one of the guys. Let me see if I can get that. Yeah, that's better. Got a deer here. Lots and lots of other types of writing here. I mean, it's filled. And then you got this guy over here. Do a little tilt. Looks like some kind of star guy, right? Probably has some kind of significance of that. Why? Well, we're going to discuss that because these pieces right here are actually just a portion of the whole star chart, right? The star chart is huge, right? This star chart is in all these areas here where the water isn't flowing. And I'll come back and show you this area in a second, because it's a little easier to see the second time I come back here and after I go to El Tosco. So and I'll explain why. So just imagine these areas, right? Imagine these little dots, these white dots. These are all stars, right? So this is actually, a star chart. But like, I'm following Coyote. So, well, what do you mean? Well, this is actually an ear of Coyote right here. Comes down, here's his forehead, all the way down to his nose, his mouth, he's biting the heart right here. So that's the God's power and song. And here's the eye right here. And these pieces of the art are within the mega art picture of Coyote. And this is a star chart area, in my opinion. And having Coyote right there shows that this side over here is, of that religion, and that this side believes in these stars. There's more of a Coyote like here. Like let me show you right here. Okay, let's turn this way. Right, he's right here. So this is an eye right here. This is an eye right here. This is an ear. And this is an ear. And he comes like out of the mountain. And here's his muzzle right here. And the bigger Coyote that you would see looking at as you're coming into this area and making sure you saw that big Coyote has all the star charts in there too, in these areas. They're probably songs, individual songs, each one area. I don't know them. They're kind of, they're probably lost to time. There may be some of them still around. I hope so. I hope some of them can be brought back from this alone. And you're like, oh my gosh, that's a Coyote or whatever. Well, there's more art here, team. Like up in here, this is a bighorn sheep right here. His eyes right here. His horn curls up. His other horn right here. See, it's bumped. And the bighorn sheep around here had horns that kind of shoot up, but this bighorn sheep that they usually show in this stuff is the supreme bighorn that's in charge of all the hooved animals. So that's the one that's important in most of the mega art stories. That resembles the Milky Way or star chart. So let me show you what I was talking about earlier about El Tosco. So let's head over here. Always look for this to help find it. Zoom in here. All right. And we'll come this way. Pull it in here for you. And we'll give it a tilt so go. Oh, we see it mounted. So 2D or 3D. What do you want, team? It don't matter. 3D helps. I like 3D. But now I just messed everything up. But there you go. All right. So there's the El Tosco Geoglyph. And it's right in that area right there. So should we go in and see it? Go visit to it. All right. So this is it right here. So I'll tell you what I think that is right here. Oh, yeah, let me turn it right now. I have to go the other way. Ooh. Hope you're not dizzy. All right. Okay, there's lots of art there, team, you can tell. But this is definitely, to me, it looks like a wand. Like a, it's like a, I don't know, it usually has some type of crystal on the top. I don't know. It looks like a wand. I guess it could be also some kind of spear tip or something, but very interesting. Whatever that art is there, maybe there's something there also that I'm not seeing, but there's more art around here, so this is definitely something going on here, right? So you got some types of art going on there, but it's kind of mystical, right? Kind of like flowing, right? There's some more up here, more flowing, right? It's like these little legs here. That's some type of deer, right? And then I want you to start realizing, remember I showed you before these little spots, right? These are all stars. I bet you they match stars in the Milky Way. I haven't gotten that far yet. So let's take a look at what I see here. All right, so let's turn back this way. All right. And we are going to now remove the geoglyph part here. So you go to the layers and you do clean so you have no borders, right? So this is so you can see it a little better. All right. So remember I told you about the bighorn sheep with the double kerneled horn that was like very important. It was like the protector of all hooved animals. So the bighorn sheep is right here. Let's go way out. You see it better. You see the curved horns shooting up. Curved horn. And its eyes probably right around there. Muzzle's down here. Back's right here. You see how the back goes? And this is the dividing line, team. Right? In the Milky Way. And then there's a part down here. Right? Then come on up here. See, come on up. Follow me up. Look at this man up here with a headdress. Right? It's almost like got a cross-looking top. His headdress is here. His face is here. Body. His hand. So right. Now, if you go up to down, this is like the Milky Way. Like let me pull it over. Like the Milky Way, up to down. We're going up to down here, right? Okay. So this is the huge double-curled bighorn, right? And you're like, oh, that's not, how they do that, man. Well, come on, let's go closer. Let's check this art out, how cool it is. All right, so let's hit right about, let's go in. Okay, you can see that there is definitely something going on right here. This is like some form of writing, team. I think it is an explanation like for the first people as they're born. But it is just awesome art. It is just so incredibly beautiful. And that's inside of this, what I'm saying is a huge, bighorn with that little tiny piece of, like, geoglyph art, like, just, helped lead me to this huge piece. But, like, really, just maybe 1 or 2 or 3 stars in the galaxy. Or in the whole Milky Way. So, all right, well, let's go in closer. Let's look at this eye. You can see there's the eye there. See all the stars everywhere? Stars are everywhere. There isn't a better place in the desert to make a huge star chart that you could look at down from the mountains. All right, so let's go up and look at the Creator. So the Creator's up here. All right. So he's got a magnificent, like, headdress on here. I don't really know it all. I need to study this guy more. I didn't get a lot of time, but there is a lot of art going on here. I think it's the top of the Milky Way. If you look from this, about this size, if you look, he becomes a jaguar. I know Amy discovered this. She showed me, yeah, it looks like a little jaguar. Well, yeah, it is a jaguar. So that helps me define that that's the creator, right? So there's a jaguar there. And then we'll move in closer. And you can see that there's a lot of stuff going on there. Right? Now, these over here, these round circles, I believe that this is agricultural here. So it's getting close to destroying a lot of this stuff. But still a really cool piece of art right there. I mean, magnificent, right? And if it does represent the Milky Way, super cool. Well, let's go down here to the bottom part, like where I said the dividing line is. Let's go from the upper world into the underworld down here. Let's see what we got. Right? So if you look right here, I was like, what is this right here? Oh my gosh, there's really cool curves. And I started looking, I go, oh my gosh, that's an ant. Right? It's an ant right here, right? So this is an ant. Right? And he's part of the star chart there. And that's funny because I've been following all this stuff. In the Chumash talk about like this like group of doctors at the time that were into astronomy and astrology and were like very intelligent, probably educated in, I'm thinking, the ways of a lot of these areas because they traveled around to them by joining these ant fraternities. But this is just part of the star chart. But super cool. Look at that, man. That little ant coming down into there. And then, of course, let's go closer. See all the stars? Boom, star, star, star. Stars everywhere. So that is one cool representation of the Milky Way. I mean, it's just beautiful. Oh, let me pull it over closer. I'm looking online. So, I don't know if you can see that man side profile, but wow, that is super cool. All right. So that, all that, and then, like, let's go back to where we were, team. I mean, like, let's get the layers. Now we'll put back everything. And there's the geoglyph, right? And the geoglyph is right in the eye of the, this bighorn here. So, very cool. Look at those lines coming out. All right, so these representations out here in the desert are kind of like probably for teaching. I mean, because you can really see it all good. I believe a lot of this stuff was looked through a circular disc that has a certain emblem on the disc that lets you know that song from that area. And when you look through the disc across the valleys and at the mountains in them, through the disc, it's easier to see the art, and it becomes like because you can't go far from the piece, so like it's easier to follow the pieces because you're in a closed area. Now, believe me, team, looking through a little hole at our hills and looking through a little hole at this computer tired my eyes out. Wow, man, and you'd probably think, wow, this guy's crazy, but like it really does help out to see the art. It's incredible, and we've always really wondered what those little circular discs were for that we were finding archaeologically, and I have a few examples from Camp Cajon in San Bernardino where they have like this type of like writing on them, and I saw one of those on Mount San Jacinto, and I was like, wow, there's a circular disc with the same type. Or it's not the same type, but a similar type of like lined writing that I saw on a disc in a drawing in a book. So I went back and looked at it. It was very similar. So I started looking around that disc, and I found a whole song panel on San Jacinto. Totally cool. First people, the first brothers, the two brothers song. All right, so there's that. So let's go back. Let's see where we're at here. Let's go back to Blythe. Take a better look at this right here. All right, so this is super cool right here. Right? So this is a condor, team, and like I'm seeing condor a lot. Here's his eye, here's his nose, there's that little curved beak, and here's his body that comes down. Now, the significance of condor is, I believe, an equivalency with the bald eagle. I see them, or golden eagle sometimes. I do see them together a lot. And I see these condors out in this desert area like quite often. So that is super cool. And there's more going on here, team. Looks like there's something up in here, right? Circular there. In here. So, you know, I'm looking for circles, team. I'm looking for angles. These things aren't a normal occurrence always in nature. And that's what anthropologists look for. So as we go farther and farther away, you'll see that ultimately there's a kind of a picture of a coyote right here. He's got an ear right here, and his eye right here, and his nose comes down here. And that's to let people know, looking at this way, that, you know, coyote's there. But this is a big one. So that's to be seen from real far away. And then, if you go really far out here, the last one you can see from far away is right here. And I believe this to be a skull. Right here. And that's more than likely a warning. Like, don't come across this river with any problems. Right? And also, it probably has something to do with the song. So, let me see another coyote. Let's see, where is it at? Oh, I got to turn a little bit this way. All right. Or maybe that's the creator. So, yeah, that's the creator. All right, that's one of the styles of the creator. So, his eyes right here. It's like a diamond. Another style, another diamond-ish or triangle shape right here. Nose. His ear comes here as a triangle. Another ear here. And that's a common variety, an older variety of how they make the face pop of the creator out of the mountain with shapes. That's freaking hard work to make that, team. Like, well, look, these have to be cut, right? So it's not impossible, but you have to make sure that the water flows down these right and set up so it looks right and looks really good pixelated from far away. Starts to look more and more like a coyote or a creator or whatever it is if you're looking at it through that little hole from a long distance away. So these are just multiple pieces of art just around this thing right here. It's actually not the best art I've seen. It looks really old, a lot of it. I'd imagine other things are going on here. Usually the top is the most important of any area. And it looks like there's some major stuff going on there. Oh, wow. Anyways, I may come back to this area again. But I know since I found coyote here, I know his ears. I know that this is a area where his religion was practiced with the creator, the jaguar right here. All right, I'll show you it to him. I'm just gonna keep it. Now it could be the bear, but I believe it's jaguar, and it's probably both of them together. But here's his eye. All right, well, we'll show you. He's up in here. Here's his ear. Here's his other ear. Comes down. His muzzle comes up this way. He's got an eye. But it also could be a bear. Now, if you look closely, the jaguars can... Oh, man, it's so complicated. But it's there. There is a bear and a jaguar, and they flip there. That's because they were brother gods. And the bear went down into the ground to cause earthquakes, and the jaguar was the creator. And they're there. It's carved into there. It's like, so everyone knows, like, right here, as I get smaller, you can see it. Here's the two ears. 1, 2. Here comes down. Here's the muzzle. And so you can see that from far away, and you know who's in charge there. I don't know why I know all this, team, but just the images are similar to San Bernardino. It's like wherever I look, the images are very similar. So let's look a little bit down more and play around this area. So I'll leave you with something fun right here. Some more mega art. I believe this is a deer. See, they made it out of plants. Its legs go here. Body comes up here. Neck. Or it could be a bighorn. It looks like I got curved horns there. But that's, made out of plants right there next to the river. Let's see. There's more art here. Now this one right here, man, it looks so much like a whale to me coming out right there. With his mouth open. But I don't know that one for sure. But like, wow, man, it sure does look like a whale. Like, I don't know, maybe like it's some kind of directional sign. I don't know. But anyways, so there's tons of art down in here too. So like, there's that condor I said. His head's in down and there's feathers right there. And then we'll go more. All right, and then we'll leave you one last thing here. All right, something when you're looking through that circular disc for areas, and you're in this desert area here, team. Even if it was, during the Pleistocene or what dry lake bed period or something like that. Even if it was like that, you'd still would need navigational help, especially through the hot areas and dry areas. So this is what I think a lot of this art was. And I was finding that if you see this shape, right, the little door, right, like a quiche, like this shape a lot. Like, but this one I don't think is a quiche, right? This one I think is for sweat, right? So, because it looks like it's got pelts on it to me. And I seen one like that at Boba in the back canyon one time. But that's what you look for if you want to know if there's songs in that area. You look for the one that sweats. If you want water, and I think that also signifies hot spring too. Usually if coyotes around, that signifies hot spring. If you want water, you look for these round ones, right? These round ones right here, that's like the village. So this is a village quiche. So they know there's a village there. They know there's water and a song. And this is a universal, I'm finding, team. This is like a language that's written in pictures that everyone can understand because they all know it. So it doesn't matter what you call it in your own language. You have these images and you can all read it. So it's like a universal language that brings all the people of Southern California together. It's absolutely mind-blowing, the possibilities that this art gives for the future of archaeology. And I'm just playing around here in, because everybody knows the Blythe, the Blythe art. So that's why I came here. I mean, everybody knows what this is. But if they just would have looked a little bit bigger than this tiny star chart, which I think is absolutely an incredible find, and an incredible find for anybody. Yes, it's a beautiful star chart. But when it's part of a larger star chart that spans the whole side of the hill there, the whole mountain there, And then you have this whole area over here that I showed you that's got the bighorn sheep here, and then the man up here with the headdress, the creator. You got some really cool stuff out here. Right, so my goal is to keep studying back in San Bernardino and San Bernardino County and Riverside County. I found some incredible stuff at Morongo. I mean, in that back canyon, there's a whole Milky Way. There's an underworld and an overworld, and you can even see bear going down into the underworld. Super cool stuff. I'll be doing a video of that one in the future. And then I also have a lot of stuff I found around San Manuel. San Manuel has some incredible art going on there. Multiple songs. And my goal is, I haven't done it yet, I did match the song of The Legend of the Arrowhead at some glyphs at San Manuel. I matched that song. But I think I could do the other Legend of the Arrowhead too, because I think I found an area where I see that it looks like two people are fighting with bows and arrows. But I haven't, I'm just hoping I found that one, team. So if I can match these songs up to the art, it will give a chance to possibly re-engineer it or reverse engineer it into the languages that are appropriate. So you go to your art in your area, you look at the hill, you read the images, you know what those images usually are in your language through orally passed down words and tradition, your language. So then you can bring the song back from the hills. So you guys stay tuned for more. I know this was an alright area. My favorite is right there, of course, seeing that huge bighorn there, and then of course the creator right here. Let me get him straight. We'll leave it on the creator as we leave. Wow, look at that headdress. Whew. And right about here he becomes a jaguar. You can see now he becomes a jaguar. That's so cool. And the art. Oh, I mean, if I could only create art like that, man, my stuff looked like stick figures. That's why I think people have had such a hard time, seeing this stuff, because my drawing is so bad. But theirs definitely wasn't. And there is some practicality to some of this stuff and it being everywhere, and that is, you know what resources are where. You know which groups have what. So as you're traveling, it's like road signs that you can get this here, or have to ask for permission for this here, or a song's available to learn here, or this people live here. It's just endless what these images, the information that they give. So, I'm going to keep going, team. I don't care if you think I'm crazy. I know I'm right here. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to show that you can actually put the whole Southern California culture area together through this art. And this is Robert Porter with the Mega Art. And I love Arrowhead Peak. That's what started me on all this, team. Have a wonderful evening.